This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Oh, I'm dangerous. So dangerous.
Hello, BodySlams podcast viewers. I'm one of your analysts, as we like to call ourselves, just joking around. I'm Chio Frost, and welcome to the BodySlams podcast. And you are tuning into Breakfast and Body Slams exclusively here at 11 a.m. as always. Right there, you got to see at the top of the show our rundown of the rest of our Devereaux Sports podcast team members on just about each day of the week there, and they're doing big things. And I'd like to give a shout out to our other podcast affiliates out there, the two Daves, Keener and DB Richards over at the 2300 Wrestling Podcast. Great guys. I just ran into them last night while I was at Super Crazy Pro Wrestling. A shout out to Anthony, Andy, and Brian over at the Tornado Tag Podcast, doing great things over there. They're always coming up with different topics and stuff, and they have a whole host of other shows you don't want to miss out on. Rob Williams over at the Bob Culture Podcast, all the way from Puerto Rico, Conversación del Lucha Libre, as well as Backstabbers Wrestling Podcast. Eventually, you know what? I'm probably going to put a video together too, and probably list those other affiliate podcasters out there so it can go through. So that way, I don't really have to go through all this announcements of such, because then I can jump right into our topics and stuff. Well, last week, since it's still Black History Month, last week we did historic Black or African American, whichever you choose to call, professional wrestlers in history, of historic ones, though, ones that we grew up watching, that we loved, and it was great watching them growing up as a kid. Some of us named likes of Junkyard Dog, SD Jones, and whatnot. But this week, we are gonna jump into the females, the ladies. That's right, the trailblazers for a lot of the Black female wrestlers today. And most definitely, we have somewhat of a list there. I got a homie in checking us out on Twitch from the Storm Raiders crew, my man Alan. He's a video gamer on Twitch. You might want to jump over, check him out if you like Fortnite and stuff. That's really cool. But you know what? Without any further ado, I like that word, ado. How about you? Let's bring in our other analysts for this topic. I know it's going to be kind of awkward seeing two white guys and a Hispanic, but hey, it is what it is. Let's bring in, as always, we know him. Well, you all know him as the Better Bernard and the Saint Bernard. And every week I try to give some kind of new title, some new credit to so this week he will be known as the Bernard King. That's right. He is the king of the Devereaux podcast ring of the Bernard brothers, and those peasants, those 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 two lackeys are beneath his royal highness. He is King Mikey.
Hello, everyone. I couldn't have said it better myself. Those two peasants, Chucky Cheesesteak and the Gobbler. And I am the king, everybody. I'm the king of the Bernards.
Yes, your royal greatness. I am most humble to be sitting in your presence. Thank you for joining us today. Your royal highness.
Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure.
And I see you got a shirt that says Joker on it. I don't see the Gobbler or Cheese Whiz on there.
No, of course not.
and we like to bring in another man of our royal high council that we have here. He is the Duke of Lasagna. Where did I come up with this shit? he is every little dog named Buddy's knight in shining armor. He is Sir Joseph Image.
I was about to say, where do you come up with this stuff? Mikey's laughing his ass off. This is good.
I have no idea. It's just.
Good morning, fellas. How are
Hello,
you?
Duke of Lasagna.
Hey, I'll have you know, I have been introduced in front of a crowd before as the Rasta of Pasta.
Wow.
Next week we have our Jamaican show.
I've been known as the Rasta of Pasta, the Sultan of Spandex, the Uncle Freddy of Spaghetti. There's been like 2 or 3 other ones. I forget them all now. So many of them.
Wow.
The Meatball Champion.
We got another shout out from Dave. Welcome, Dave. Thanks for tuning in.
Good morning, brother.
Oh man, it's boy, this I'm sorry to say, people that watch and tune in, this is gonna probably be one of our short shows, honestly to say, because hands down, when you look back in history, yes, we had a lot of female pro wrestling talent, but as far as on the African American stage wise, we're very limited. And I'm not talking about current. We have a lot of current black female wrestlers.
Yeah, just like we do with the guys, most of it we focused on people from the past. A lot. I mean, we mentioned a couple current names, but not many. I'm really trying to focus on the ones that kind of paved the way for those who are there now. But I think it's a short show because the big game is on today, man. 2:00.
I'm not worried about that other fake stuff, but yes, the Puppy Bowl.
The Puppy Bowl. That's the only big game that matters today, right? There's nothing else.
And on top of that, I always like the butt. Back then, I always used to love the Bud Bow. The Bud Bow was great. I don't know why they got rid of it. That was awesome.
What happened to the lingerie foot Super Bowl game?
I thought it was just a lingerie football league.
Yeah, where's that? Is that only on the Howard Stern show nowadays?
I'm not sure. I think we need a lingerie wrestling federation.
I tried to get into the lingerie bowl once, and they told me I was wearing too much. Or I'm sorry. They told me I wasn't wearing enough.
This is.
They wouldn't let me play.
So gentlemen, let's jump into things here. I'm running down on my Wikipedia, and I tried to find other sites, and this Wikipedia one seems to be the.
You know what, Chia, real quick. You mentioned in your intro that it might be weird for 2 white guys and Latino guy to be talking about black women in wrestling. We tried to get a black female guest today, and because of my fault, she's not here.
No, we tried to get multiple.
Well, the one that I was trying for, she's not here. I fell asleep the other night before I got a chance to call her back and never set anything up. So sorry, folks. It's my fault. I can tell you, without giving out a name, without saying her name, I could say It was someone who was awesome and
yes,
and amazing at one time too. But we'll
yes.
get her on a future episode.
Our man Pat tried to reach out to his wife and sister-in-law, but they've been out of the business for so long.
I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, like I said, they've been out of business for so long. It would be kind of awkward. I guess they felt to speak on it now since they're not in the business currently. We
They can
so
still talk about old school.
yeah.
Who are
But
they? Would I recognize their names?
I'm not sure. Probably. But let's jump into things here. First name that I have that comes up the bat on my list, and I mentioned it, and you were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that." Miss Dark Journey.
Yeah.
She had a very tremendous wrestling career, very, very popular. She down in the Mid-South area with matter of fact, she was with the UWF, back then. She was down there with the likes of male combatants. There's a whole host of them that we can name off, like legendary, who worked down there. She was mainly a villain, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't know whose idea that was to have a come in that era in time. Well, it was back like in 85, 87 in that mixture, to have a African American woman come in as a villain. It's one of those stereotypes where I guess and we are saying mid South. So so it's like, people of color been villainized, like, oh, white's good, black is bad, and for them to put her in that slate, right now, me thinking about it, it's kind of awkward, but back then it probably would have made sense, to them, that is. Right. She met the likes of Dick Slater at the time when she was still working as a dancer. A dancer.
So giggle at. Like, how are you gonna say that? I think it's funny that not funny, maybe ironic that she was a dancer and someone named Dirty Dick found her and brought her into the business.
Yeah. Yeah. And the funny part is that she was his manager when he brought her in.
Yeah.
So we got Dirty Dick bringing in an exotic dancer, Dark Journey as his manager in that time and era as a villain. It's when you look back at it now, it's kind of funny. It's like, what are they thinking?
Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of gimmicks.
But like I said, it was 85, 87 era, so it wasn't pushing the envelope too much as far as if it was yesteryears before that. It probably would have been a big no way back then. Like let's say we were doing like the 70s, it probably would have been a no or 60s. But for this era, things been changing. African Americans across the board been making headways for many years, especially in the male division. But now for the females to start hitting the main stage and doing their thing and coming up, she had a very awesome career. She worked let me see here.
She feuded Miss Hyde for a while.
I'm just looking at that with Tatum.
I don't know a lot about Dark Journey, but like I said last week, I listened to Cornette's podcast, and he mentions her a lot, and he's a huge fan of her and loved her work back then for Crockett Promotions. So, what little bit I do know about her without looking her up, I learned from the Cornette podcast.
And you know what's funny though? It's not just Cornette, but there's a lot of that Jim Crockett era of wrestlers always seem to mention her. Those Mid-South Southern wrestlers, they always gravitate towards her name when you hear different stories constantly.
She did a big feud with somebody else too, who I forget. I know Missy Hyatt. I know she feuded with Baby Doll for a while too. And then
When she was with Blanchard, right?
Yeah, but there was another big feud that she was known for with another female, and I forget who it was. I worked the Baby Doll before in North Carolina, which
There
is
was
insane to me, but that's how I
Nicola
even
Roberts
remember
and
that. Yeah,
Sunshine.
Sunshine. That's who it was. Nicola Roberts' Baby Doll.
Okay.
I forgot about the Sunshine thing. Yeah, they feuded. Well, I guess it was the '80s, right? 'Cause shouldn't she retire in the mid '80s?
80s. Well, actually, it was right after her Crockett run in '87.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right,
So
she retired. She retired later than I thought.
Sure, you know what? Short career, very very short career. It's a 2-year run. It has 85 to 87. But apparently, for within those 2 years, she made some headway with everybody because her name constantly pops up. Though that's the thing, though.
Oh, I didn't even realize she was only working for that short amount of time.
Yeah. Like I thought it was longer too. I thought.
Yeah. I just looked that up and saw 80. Yeah, debut 85, retired 87. I didn't even realize that.
And like I said, the funny part about it is like I said, her name pops up everywhere. And you know what? And when people say you better put some respect on my names, there's a lot of major names out there, legendary, who always credit her with a lot of respect. And that is simply amazing there.
Yeah, so I was going to say that says a lot for a short 2-year run. That says a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like I said, I know a lot of people have heat with Cornette, and a lot of people don't like him. But as a historian, the guy's a effing genius.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And even for only her being around for 2 years, for her only being around for 2 years, he still talks about her. And that's a hell of an impression to leave.
Exactly.
From the
says
business.
A lot. For Monique, Pat messaged me and said that Monique Mercy with WXW.
I don't know. That was that's Alpha's.
She
yeah, that was when Pops
was a manager of Brian Johnson in South Jersey and Ring of Honor.
I don't know either one of those names. I don't know Brian Johnson.
That was earlier on. I think that might have been just about. I think around the time maybe you were like just within the first couple years of your career. I think, Joe.
Oh yeah, so I probably wouldn't have heard of her back then.
Might have been, yeah, because you were mainly all up in the North Jersey area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
for a while, yeah. I was up here for like the first 2 years, and then once I started in Pennsylvania,
you
at
started
the end of 2002, I was always in Pennsylvania all the time.
Yeah. One of the other names that we mentioned offhand on the last show, which we want to touch upon now, is I believe Mikey, you just brought it up too just a little bit ago. Jazz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's awesome.
She debuted it, which again I thought it was. I thought she was before this though. It's saying she's debuted in '98.
She started with ECW, right, or no? Or did she start before that? Because she was there in like 2000, I think.
It's saying she started her career saying at ECW.
Some of these I didn't even think to look up. I'm just going off the top of my head.
Yeah, I was going off because
I should have more info in front of me. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's totally understandable. I had a very busy week myself. I jumped on here early and then started writing down my notes. Last night I was over at the other show last night, and I just got home.
Still married to Rodney Mack, formerly of WWE, right?
Yes, they are currently at NWA.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Well, I know Rodney Mack is. She's an Impact actually.
Okay, so I actually met both of them. Jazz follows me on Twitter, which I never knew. And we've never spoken on there, so that's weird. But I met both of them at an NWA Big Apple show before Billy Corgan bought it, and it was still regional territories all over the U.S. And I was doing commentary. I had already been done with in ring, and I was doing commentary. I think it was 2017 or 18.
I want
And
to thank Dave.
her and Rodney were on the show, and they were both like the coolest people ever. Like I had never. I think this may have been right after she shaved her head, and I was like, oh, holy fuck, who the hell is that? And it was her. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of almost unrecognizable. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to say thank you to Dave calling us the best wrestling podcast out there. He's like to say, "What's up, fellas?"
If you've only listened to, if this is the only wrestling podcast you've ever listened to, yes, we're the best.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Here we go. Yes, we're the prime.
I'm joking.
Well, on Devereaux, we are the best on Devereaux.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, best podcast.
We're
not even just best wrestling. Just
I was gonna say that. Yeah, we're the best wrestling podcast on Devereaux.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jazz, she had a great career from 98. Started with ECW.
She did start there. So was she trained by them? Because they had a school for a while. They had like Danny Doring and I think Chris Chetty were training guys under ECW under the ECW banner.
Well, they had what was it? Wasn't it the not the? It wasn't the House of Heart.
No, it was Hardcore Academy.
Yeah, because it was
Can I tell you a really quick story about that?
Go ahead.
School?
Go ahead.
When I first decided I was going to actually go ahead and start training, that's the first place that I looked at because I wanted to wrestle for ECW. And then I found out Taz was the trainer, and I'm like, I'm not going to go there. That guy's going to kill me.
You really?
He's going to kill me. Dude, I wasn't in the business at the point. I wasn't really smart to everything. Like I'm not like one of these guys today that watches one episode of Raw and thinks, oh, I know everything that's going on with everybody. I know how it works because I watch it on TV. Like, dude, I watch House on TV. I'm not going to go do surgery on you, am I? So, so I didn't know, and then I found out as I got in like, a little bit of like kind of what was going on backstage, and then in the business part of the business, and I'm like, oh, I mean, I could have went to that Taz thing. That would have been fine.
Yeah,
which I did, and then I got years later, I got invited to Taz's. Taz had a finishing school or a polishing school for a while.
Yeah, I seen that.
Where I got invited to that, and then of course I tore my meniscus on my MCL on my left knee like 2 weeks before it was supposed to start, so I couldn't go to that. I was like, man, I was talking to him on the phone. I'm like, dude, I'm on crutches. I can't. Just come anyway, brother. Come in. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I can't do anything. Like, I can watch, but like, come on, man. I was so bummed.
Well, Jazz, not Taz, Jazz. She was originally inspired by Jackie, by Jacqueline, and come to find out, she trained with Rod Price for about 6 to 8 months because it was a wrestling school down in Louisiana, and just what happened to her.
Oh, Rod Price was a ECW guy.
Yeah, and just what happened since she was very much inspired by Jackie, she had her debut match against her. So that must have been really exciting to go up against one of your idols, I guess. In the beginning, well, I'm not gonna say she was inspired. She said, for your debut match. So, but at the time, she was using the name Jasmine, and then she joined up with ECW. Started working with she's working with the Impact players and then she had a feud with Jason at Heatwave 99, and then due to
Jason Knight. Yeah,
I was gonna say, wasn't she part of the Invasion too that they did with WWE?
Yes.
I don't even know. Was she?
Well,
I think she was.
Well, let me see.
I don't even remember that. Yeah,
I know in 01, the Fed was they had a little bit of interest in and she was sent to Ohio Valley Wrestling, which that's a big thing because Ohio Valley is like almost kind of like what NXT is now. today.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sort of the developmental back then. That's when it was. Speaking of
Yeah.
Cornette, that's when it was run by
Yeah.
Cornette.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she had her opportunity in WWE, challenging for the women's title against some of the best women talent out there, like Trish Stratus and
Hey, does
Yeah, I was gonna say she was a heel.
I heard about this that night that I first met them at that NWA show, but don't they have a training center somewhere?
who?
I don't know where they live. I have no idea where the hell they both live. But
We talking about
Jazz.
Rodney?
Well, yeah, her and her husband. Don't they have a training center somewhere? They used to.
Or they might have one currently, I think.
Yeah, I don't. I know Rodney Mack had oh man, I don't know the name of it. He was doing like the big dog. Rodney Mack was his name or something like that.
Red Dog.
Red Dog. That's right. So the dog pound. That's what he called it. Rodney Mack's dog pound. I don't know if they still do, and I don't know where they live either. Kentucky or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I would believe down south because that's where they do
they're
a
still
lot
they're both still doing independence. I think, right? They're not retired yet, either one of them.
No, they're still working.
Good for them, man.
After all these years.
Yeah,
I think they might be down from in the Louisiana area, probably. But I know she did a lot of stuff around the industry after leaving WWE. You know, she's been on Impact Wrestling, around the Independence, WSU out in, I believe they're from New Jersey, right? WSU.
New York.
Women's Superstars Uncensored.
Yeah, they were Jersey for a while, and then some guy from New York bought them or something. I don't remember.
Oh.
And then she was part of Shine, Chikara, NWA, of course. Pretty much everyone who's from the big leagues, one way or another, works for NWA somewhere, whatever territory it is. She made her appearance in AEW in 2019 for the Casino Battle Royale.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
At All Out.
3.5
She was eliminated.
I remember that.
She was eliminated by ODB.
I don't remember her being there either.
Yeah. Another company, and then currently from 2020 and now she's been in Impact Wrestling. Doing her thing, holding it down. Yeah. So yeah, she is still located in Louisiana.
Okay, I was close. I thought Louisville, Kentucky.
No.
I got the LOU part right.
Lafayette.
Oh, Lafayette, Louisiana. I think
yes.
That's the capital of that state. I don't even know.
I don't know. Right now, from what I see, she has twin daughters. They have together.
Yeah, just a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah,
like
and
10 years ago, maybe something like that.
And you know what? And just to answer your question about the school, well, she owns a fitness gym down there, so that's a start. You know, to keep her students trained, and they still currently run the dog pound.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, it's currently still in business.
I didn't know about that. I know. I mean, like I said, I heard about it. I heard about it last night. God, what was 2017, 2018, whenever that show was, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, man. Like, giving back to the business, and then I didn't realize they were still doing that. That's cool.
Yeah, I have never personally met her, but from the stories that I hear from other people who have, she is a very lovely, sweet lady.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever met her. And like I said, she follows me on Twitter. I don't know for how long. I don't know when that happened or why. Maybe it was because I met her at that show, but she was a sweetheart when I met her. I love that woman. She was awesome.
You know who else was a very pleasant, sweet lady to be in the locker room with and speak with and whatnot? Luna Vachon.
I loved Luna. She was so. I got a funny Luna story for you, but it has to stay off the air.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, I could say it with Mikey there too, but it can't be public.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
Because it's not my story to tell. I heard it secondhand.
And
I did get yelled at over the phone by her once when I had to pick up Dave Gangrel at the airport, and we were going to a show. and we were stopping at McDonald's, and she called or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, we're just at McDonald's getting lunch," and she started screaming because I bought him McDonald's because he shouldn't be eating that crap, and then I dropped him off at the wrong
she
hotel.
screamed at you for getting him McDonald's,
for allowing him to have McDonald's, and then I dropped him off at the wrong hotel. He told me the hotel he was staying at and the town it was in, and I didn't realize it was on a highway. And there were two of those. It was a Holiday Inn. There were two of them on that. I now live like walking distance from it, but it ended up being the wrong. I didn't find out till the following morning that it ended up being the wrong one because he was like, yeah, I had to pay for the room last night myself. I picked him up. So like when he came to Jersey to work for this one specific promoter, I would always go pick him up from the airport. So I picked him up and dropped him off or whatever, and then the following morning I went to pick him up to bring him to the second show. He was doing a double shot weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then flight was leaving Monday morning. It was the night of whatever the pay-per-view was where Chris Benoit like either wrestled Eugene or there was some kind of backstage thing with him and Eugene because Benoit there was some kind of deal where Eugene turned on Benoit or something like that. I only remember that because Gangrel was on the phone with Benoit in my parents' house before that went on TV. And he watched the pay-per-view with us because I was like, look, before I knew I was picking you up, I already had people coming over to watch pay-per-view. He was like, oh, that's cool, brother. I'll watch it. I don't care. So he came to my parents' house and watched pay-per-view with us. It was amazing.
Sweet.
But yeah, so I didn't find out till that day, like, that was the wrong hotel. I had to pay for it myself. I go, what the hell does that mean? He's like, I don't know, like they gave me the wrong address or something, or they gave me the wrong name or something. But
look at it. I
got yelled at through the phone again for dropping him off at the wrong place. And then the other story is the one I can't tell you on the air.
Well, look at it this way, Joe. Now you have a personal connection of some kind of thing with Luna, and for you paying for the hotel, let's just put it as.
Well, I didn't pay for it. He paid for it.
Okay, well.
I was saying he was saying to me he had to pay for it himself because I brought him to the wrong one, so they didn't have a room register to him.
Okay, so but you gotta look at it this way. At least out of all that, you got to watch a pay-per-view with Gangrel in your parents' house.
Yeah, it was me and my tag team.
So it's a plus.
How many people can say that?
It's a plus.
It was so funny, dude. And it's an even more specific detail that I remember was I picked him up that one weekend. And that's it. Never, didn't see him again or whatever. I had a Mustang with a blue Mustang with a white hood. I got in an accident. The only hood I can find that was cheap was white. So I got it. It was $20. I put it on myself. So the whole car was blue. The hood was white. So I pick him up, do that whole weekend. And that was, I think, 2004 or 5. I don't pick him up again at the airport for like 3 or 4 years. Because for whatever reason, I think he may have was he doing TNA or he went back to WWE for a little while or whatever. Whatever the reason, I wasn't picking him up or he wasn't coming into Jersey. So the next time I did, I picked him up and I was like, hello, sir, I'm your ride. And he's like, you still got that Mustang with the different color hood? I'm like, how the hell do you even remember that? He's like, oh man, I remember that car. He's like, I laughed as soon as I saw it. I'm like, that's pretty hilarious. How the hell do you even remember that? And I didn't have it, but it was so funny that you remembered after like 4 years and not seeing him.
All right, gentlemen. Moving ahead, we're gonna go a little bit further back.
Bottom line, I loved Luna. She was awesome.
Yes. Okay. To get back on track, we're gonna jump back in time a little bit more, and we have a.
Can I throw out a name?
Okay.
Just credited as the first African American female wrestler.
Is it?
Was,
is it what I'm gonna, is
I don't know.
I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
I don't know. Say it.
Ethel Johnson.
Yes, sir.
We're all on the same way.
She's being credited as the first. We should mention. We have to mention her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Debuted in 52, retired in 76. Yes, credited as the first black women's champion as well.
She only passed away a couple years ago, I think.
Yes. Back.
Didn't they mention her?
Did
they mention her in 2018?
Yeah.
Didn't they mention her on TV somewhere, or was it? Did somebody mention her? I know I saw it somewhere when she passed away. Maybe they did a thing on WWE.
Doing a tribute.
Did they do a tribute or did a graphic or something like that? I heard about it.
I know sometimes when they do the Hall of Fame, they credit like all these wrestlers that we never heard of sometimes, and they put their pictures up like from black and white.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I know what you're talking about. That's what happened, and I think I remember this because they put a picture of somebody else. They said Ethel Johnson, and they put the wrong photo, if I remember correctly. I got to look this up because I think they put the wrong picture. I think that's how I remember this.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, she's credited with the first. WB called out for using wrong footage of Hall of Famer. Here it is, right here.
Yeah.
WWE has accidentally used the incorrect footage for Ethel Johnson's induction into the 2021. Oh, that was only last year. Jesus, I didn't even realize that. Ethel Johnson was the first African American female wrestler in history. Made her debut in 1950 when she was just 16 years old. So apparently, Ethel Johnson's niece took to Twitter to call out WWE for using the wrong footage.
Hey, it's right. You know, hey, why not?
So the niece responded saying, "Y'all need to fix this because if you're going to use my Aunt Ethel in the Hall of Fame, at least reach out to the family first because the video you guys used wasn't even of her." Ethel Johnson was the first black champion ever. If you're going to represent her correctly, the video you used isn't her. That's hilarious. That's why I remember that. That's so funny.
It is noted that she was trained by Mildred Burke, another great female wrestler out there.
Legend. Yeah.
While she was touring Latin America, Johnson worked under the ring name Rita Valdez. So I'm like, so she was playing a Latina, I guess, or just because she was down there.
She's related to one of the other first black women to get into professional wrestling in Babs Wingo. That's another name that Babs Wingo. I know the name. I'm not very familiar, but that's another name that I hear from the Cornet podcast a lot.
I think I saw that here somewhere.
Yeah, I think they're sisters. I think they're sisters.
Yeah, I saw that name somewhere, but it wasn't like highlighted where you can click on it.
Yeah.
But another thing, if people want to know more about it, which I want to know more about her, is because there apparently back in 2016 there was a documentary. It might be on Amazon.
I think it was 2018 because it was in film festivals in 2017. The Lady Wrestler documentary.
Yeah, here it is. Lady Wrestler, the amazing untold story of African American women in the ring. Like I said, it might be on Amazon. I'm looking here. And it's given the year 2016 . So it could be but there's only one way to find out, and that's just to look it up. I guess.
Yeah, it's still on. It is still on Amazon. $2 to rent, $8 to buy it.
I might have to run it and check it out.
Yeah, I have to check it out too.
Yeah, it's only $2. You can't beat that.
Yeah. And it's an hour and 22 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad because they have a lot of documentaries on Amazon about wrestlers that we don't know about. Like and then there's ones we heard about too as well. Like we mentioned last week there was a documentary on Amazon that I ended up watching. I think you said you saw it too. I can't remember who the hell it was now off the top of my head. But moving forward, like I said, this is probably gonna be a short show.
Okay.
Another one that we need to acknowledge, hands down, who was an inspiration for for Jazz, and that was none other than Jacqueline Moore, aka Miss Jackie.
Miss Jackie. We touched on it a little bit last week, but
AKA when I first watching her, she was Miss Texas when I first started seeing her.
Yeah, wasn't she Miss Texas in WCW?
Possible, I think, maybe.
I think,
but
I
don't.
saw her.
I saw her before WCW. Before she hit the main stage, when she was still working with the smaller companies a little bit. Well,
right.
They were small to Vince and them, but to us as kids, as viewers, any wrestling we saw on TV was big time wrestling back then.
You know what? Because it was on TV. I saw her as Miss Texas in USWA. Because we used to get USWA here. I think it was like on I don't even remember what the hell channel it was, but I still have tapes of it. I used to record off TV and just watch them over and over and over. That's where I first saw her. So it was before the big time, but I don't think I recognized that Miss Texas. Like I don't think I recognized when I saw late Miss Jackie in WWE that was like the same woman. I don't think I ever even realized that.
Yeah,
at the time.
I'm gonna put it out there right now. Growing up as a kid and seeing her on TV, dude, yo, I used to have a huge crush on her back then. She was hot. She still is. She still is.
Yeah.
No lie. I wouldn't know what to say. I'm like if I met her right now, but probably get all tongue tied. Hey, it is what it is. It's like it's almost like having that old elementary school teacher that was like really hot back then, and then all of a sudden years later you see her that you're old enough. You're like, hey, Miss So and So, hey, remember?
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, she did a big thing. She was down at the World Class Championship Wrestling. Down there. Where I believe that's where I started seeing her first before USWA.
Wasn't she from that area?
Well, she's from Texas, and that's where they were.
Right, but they ran in Dallas. I think she was from Dallas.
Yes. Yeah. She made her in.
She made her in-ring debut there. Or no? Or she retired?
I think she is.
She showed up on WWE TV like what 3-4 years ago, something like that.
Well, she was inducted to the Hall of Fame.
But wasn't she? Didn't they show like? Wasn't she on Raw or something when they announced?
Wasn't she on not this year, but wasn't she on last year's Rumble?
I don't remember.
That's what I'm trying to think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
But I know.
I don't remember, man. I don't remember.
But before I know, she's still making independent appearances. I'm not sure if she's working or not, but yeah, she was down there in WCCW, and she was working under the name Sweet Georgia Brown.
Sweet Georgia Brown, yeah.
Yes, but I didn't start. But at the time, like I said, I was still younger, and I'm just watching it, and I really didn't remember her working as Sweet Georgia Brown. I just remembered her appearance, but I didn't take to too many names. Really, I wasn't grabbing names and keeping them locked up in my head at the time.
Yeah.
It's when she became Miss Texas. That's when I started following her a little bit more better. But yeah, she was down. Dude, if we just run down her career here, I'm like, yo,
she's done a lot, dude.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I'm like my mind just reading just a list of companies she worked with. World Class, USWA, the Fed, meaning WWF, TNA, WCW, Smoky Mountain, shit, just like, yeah. And then, the thing I did not like what she did was the PMS gimmick.
Oh, the Pretty Mean Sisters.
Yeah, I did not like that. It was like it was taken away. It didn't do nothing for me at all. It's like, so, but yeah, sporadically she's just been still in the eyes of let me see, what's this? Yeah, I think she was in last year's Royal Rumble, in which she was eliminated by Nia Jax.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
you know what? I just looked her up too. She actually showed up on TV in 2018. When I said didn't show up on Raw a couple years ago, she was on 2018, where she was honored as one of the greatest female superstars in history of WWE. That's what I was thinking of. It was her and a whole bunch of others. And she, a lot of people, I think don't necessarily know this or maybe remember it, but she was one of the people that trained Shad Gaspard of Crime Time.
Yes, her and her husband. Yeah. But yo, she, like I said, her career alone, just hands down is phenomenal. I loved her
she
whole
had that, feud with Sable. I remember that, and I remember she became the champion eventually.
Didn't someone take Jacqueline's top off on TV?
That was an accident. It was
it was? Oh,
okay. Yeah. I think she wasn't she the one that was on top of someone's shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was doing the Sable thing.
Yeah, it was an accident during the match. It had to slip. It came undone.
Oh. Well.
And yeah, would you say you appreciate it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved her Hall of Fame stories about her and who was it? Was it the Dudley Boys? Where she would never have like her purse or whatever, and they had to pay for everything. Cause, oh, guys, I forgot this, I forgot that, so they're like paying for toes, hotels, all this shit.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch.
I was like, man, I hate to be those guys. You get broke real quick.
I definitely want to let everyone know out there that some of the names that we are mentioning, there's probably like other video footage out there. So please go out there on YouTube, Google them.
Yeah.
Some of the ones you never heard of. Check out some of the earlier stuff. Like for use that no miss Jackie and stuff. You see what a now look for her yesteryear stuff back then. You know, you will not be disappointed whatsoever.
Especially like the world class stuff she did. And the stuff in Dallas and the old USWA stuff. WCW stuff.
Definitely. You know what? Let's take a quick break right now. Like I said, last night I was at Skid Row, which is a African American owned wrestling company and school for Super Crazy Pro Wrestling. You know, you got O-Dog, Sienna Duvall, Jake Bishop. There? Yeah, she's one of the owners.
Jesus Christ, I haven't seen that girl in years.
Yes.
We were good friends for a little while, and then she disappeared for a while, and I haven't seen her since.
Yes. It is a black-owned company.
You gotta tell her I said hello. I love that girl.
The Super Crazy Pro Wrestling and Skid Row Academy. And I have this kind of, I don't know if they have an updated version of the Academy, but here's the clip of their school. You check this out.
Hey, yo, what up, people? You already know who it is. Just in case you don't know who it is, this is Ortiz, one half of the greatest Puerto Rican tag team on this damn planet, representing Team Pazuzu, the Inner Circle, Ortiz. And I'm here getting back to basics up in Deptford, New Jersey. Deptford, I said it right? I said it right. Yeah! Come get back to basics. Come get trained right here at Super Crazy School. Ow!
You have it, gentlemen.
Hey, I got a quick question. Isn't today?
I'm sure you.
Sorry.
Yes.
I say, isn't today the end of Duvall's birthday?
Yes, it is. Last night they actually brought out all the talent around ringside while she was in the ring. They brought in the cake, and they all sang "Happy Birthday" to her.
Man, I'm bummed that I didn't go because I had dinner plans with the wife last night. Took her to a real fancy place.
It's quite all right. Plus, it's a long
but I
drive
didn't know
for me
she
anyway.
had. I didn't know she was. No, yeah, but I don't care. I hadn't seen her in years. I'd love to see her work again and hang out, say hello, whatever. So maybe next time we go down there, I may have.
I actually picked up 2 more dates with them to go work down there.
Go with you.
March and May. And I believe they do student shows as well too.
Wait, Adina Steele was there last night too?
Yes. What are you looking at? Are you looking at my arena report that I posted?
Yeah, I've known her for years.
so yeah, that video there.
Her boyfriend too.
Yeah, that video there. It's need to be updated because they have a whole shitload of other new trainers and new students. Some faces you might have recognized from that video. Ron Starr was in that video. Rob Prefontaine or Fontaine, whichever one he goes by. All these names get mixed up to me from time to time, but Rob definitely. But yeah, and you've seen Ortiz in the beginning. They also have guys like G's would be down there. Deshaun Pratt would be down there. Homicide would be down there training these kids. Some of the other guys you see in the video are some of their champions. You got to see Tony Batista in that video, which he is currently the United States, and he just won the heavyweight championship last night against it was vacant against JTG, Jay the God from Crime Time. And Samael Fazi, who is the Skid Row champion for the student shows. That kid, he amazes me. Because it was a short amount of time that he'd been in the business, but he picked up so fast. He is so good. He's so good. I would like to have him on here one day when he gets a little bit more time Indo, so we can hear some more stories. Because right now he's still green to the business, but like I said, he's the champion for the student shows, but he's putting on some awesome freaking matches. I tell you that right now.
I got to go down there when you go next time, or if I can, or whatever, next time I can.
I'll send you my the dates.
I think you pass my area. Well, you hit. Do you need 80 to get? We can talk about it later.
No, I shoot from me straight towards Philly.
Yeah, but what highways?
I don't come your way at all. I do not come up your way at all.
How do you not pass here? We're good.
Because I'm down in Reading. I'm towards Philly.
Yeah. Oh, so you're already south.
Yeah, I'm already south.
Okay,
yeah.
So Philly is by Deptford. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too far from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too
far
from
I'll figure
him.
It out at some point.
I'm still waiting for Mikey to start going to shows. Knock, knock, wink, wink. Well, let's keep this party moving. Cynthia Peretta, gentlemen. Anybody has heard of her?
No, sir.
No, I am
not that I know of.
Okay, I jot some notes down, and I haven't heard of her either. Because here's the thing: she debuted in 1968 till 87.
Oh,
she
Peretti.
worked. Yeah, Peretti. My bad. Oops. She also worked as Princess Jasmine and Pepper. So well, I'm gonna go with Princess Jasmine. Well, Pepper in Glow.
Pepper was in Glow.
Yes.
I know. I recognize the name because they were a tag team, Salt and Pepper, and I thought it was the rap chicks. And when I was a little kid, I was like, "Wow, this is crazy! They make music and they wrestle." And then I realized it was not the same people.
We got a friend of ours jumping in the room. In transit, I believe. He is one of our knights of our round table. He is. Oh wait, he disappeared. He disappeared. He was on.
Oh, what a work!
Yeah, I know he worked us. He magically disappeared. I was gonna call him our Merlin. I was gonna call him our Merlin with that big strangly beard he has.
Well, now you're right because he's a wizard. He disappeared.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
Cynthia Peretti,
yeah. So Peretti, she worked for Glow, AWA, and WWF. She trained by Dick the Bruiser and Prince Poolins. I don't know anything about him, but we all know Dick the Bruiser.
Yeah.
And when she retired, she actually got into film. She was in these several movies, if you've seen them: Chain Reaction, U.S. Marshals,
Love U.S. Marshals,
My Best Friend's Wedding, and Love Jones. I'm gonna have to go back and check out U.S. Marshals because I do not remember. I must be blonde as a
U.S.
bat.
Marshals was like the sequel to The Fugitive.
No. That I know. I'm talking about of her being in it.
Oh yeah, I don't know who she is, who she was. So
yeah, yeah. So her most popular run was in Glow, if anything, because Glow hands down supported women wrestling galore. And then she joined the AWA right after, and she was one of the top contenders for the women's championship, held by Sherry Martel.
Yeah.
Yes, man. And let me see. She competed in tag team matches with former champion Candy Divine against the Daughters of Darkness. You know, the Daughters of Darkness.
Candy Divine just passed away like 2 days ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And like against the Daughters of Darkness, our good friend, the cool one, Luna Vachon, and
Wednesday. She passed away 4 days ago.
Now let's try to bring in our magical wizard of our kingdom here, with his straggly beard. He is our Merlin. He is the Reaper, known as Dennis.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my earpiece to work. It's being a little slow
today. I just see a black screen. Do you guys see him? Oh, there he is.
I'm trying to fix that.
You driving a U-Haul?
Yes. It's moving day. It's one of the moving days.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in a moving truck. It's just not a U-Haul truck. But my earpiece and the vehicle radio don't want to work, so it has to be through the car the cell phone radio, which sucks.
Yeah, we are pretty much at
the there we are.
Show. Yeah, Dennis, we are pretty much at the end of the show.
I have two more I want to mention before we finish up.
Okay, you have two more. I'm guessing one of your two is one of mine. Is my one.
We kind of mentioned her last week though, so maybe not. But
go ahead, bring it up, sir.
Is he frozen? Is Dennis frozen? No, now it's frozen. Yeah, now the video's frozen too.
Okay, we'll just leave his picture there. We like him.
All right, so there he goes.
Oh.
Okay.
Deuces, Dennis. Oh, my picture froze, I think. Oh, there it is.
The one I was going to mention that we briefly talked about last week was Awesome Kong, just because I love her and she is the person that I wanted to have on today that I goofed, didn't get in touch with her in time or whatever. So everyone knows her accomplishments. We mentioned her a little bit last week and a little bit earlier today. And the second one I wanted to mention was Sweet Sapphire.
That's the one. That's our final.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's the final one I have on my list.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. I didn't realize you were gonna mention it. That's cool.
Yes. From what unless you want to touch upon her first, since you brought her up, I'll let you feel free to read some of your notes that you might have. It'd probably be the same as what I have.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, the world heard of her through the Dusty Rhodes stuff.
The feud with
the feud with Ted DiBiase. Who was giving her all the gifts before SummerSlam? Where's all this stuff coming from? I got this beautiful mink coat. And then Sapphire didn't show up for the match. And then it was supposed to be, was it Macho Man and Sherry against Sapphire and Dusty? Yeah. And then DiBiase came out to do the promo, and she came out with this coat, and he's like, where do you think all these gifts have been coming from? So most people remember her from that. She also worked indies for a little while. So I know she worked indies as Princess something.
Princess Dark Cloud.
Okay, there you go. I was gonna say Princess Jasmine, but that's not her. We talked about Princess Jasmine already. So you want to continue?
I don't know. I'm having stuff too, right? Hard to get my earpiece on with this truck.
Okay.
Throw the whole entire truck out the window. Fucking her down. Ridiculous.
You're gonna throw the truck out its own window?
I'll throw it off a bridge.
Okay, we are pretty much at the end of the show. Dennis, we're on our last lady that we're talking about, Sweet Sapphire.
I don't know. I can't hear y'all.
Okay.
So I guess I'm out for right now. I don't know. This is
okay.
I tried to jump off for a minute or so.
All right, all right. Later. All right, back to what we were saying.
Yeah.
Sweet Sapphire. Here's what I have. I'm going off of what you just said too. She was in the wrestling circuit back in '76. All right,
What?
started.
Wow.
Hold up.
I wasn't even alive yet, so
She was one of the first women in Missouri wrestling area to have a referee's license.
Oh, that I didn't know.
That's why she was a female referee.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then let me see. Before entering in the ring as a wrestler at the age of 42, so she was a little bit up there. She put some time in though as a ref. Also becoming the first person of the state to participate in a men's battle royal as well.
Wait, this was in the 70s still? I must have missed all this when I
she was like around 42 at the time when like
so there was like intergender stuff back then was a big. Now it happens every goddamn weekend at every independent in the country. Back then that never happened. Like you didn't see intergender stuff going on anywhere really.
It also says here she and another opponent were declared the winners after they were the last two left in the ring out of 15 other wrestlers. She appeared under the name Princess Dark Cloud and once wrestled a bear. So
a bear, what person?
A bear. A bear, yes, a bear.
How did I miss that? I looked her up. How did I miss that?
A yogi, a boo-boo, a bear.
Hey, boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo. Sapphires with Ted DiBiase. Hey, you hear about that?
That's
amazing.
Prior to signing the contract with the WWF, she worked as a saleswoman for a clothing company in St. Louis, which, of course, a lot of us had 9-to-5 jobs and still does.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hey, Joey, I same here. When I looked her up, I didn't get that much information either.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Well, that there's on the wiki they have for her.
I said, and look at that. I try to avoid Wikipedia for like the lesser known ones. Like, well, just for the lesser known names like her, because I know a lot of the info could be edited by anybody. So I was looking for like other websites, and this is like the only one I really found like just detailed like everything. Like after this happened, like I don't have time to read through all that. Just give me the basics.
Yeah. Let me see here. What else we got? Yeah, I'm just. I think she was she on the podcast too? I'm not right. In pop culture, the character called Sweet Sapphire was adopted by Earl Douglas, a radio producer for XM Radio.
She died in '96. So
due to his uncanny resemblance to Miss Sapphire, to Sweet Sapphire. So I guess this guy looked like her, and he was dubbed.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing.
And his pairing with the new show producer, the Midnight Rider, portrayed.
Oh my God! A Dusty Rhodes gimmick name.
Yes, this person portrayed by a person named Eastside Dave. Dusty Rhodes, whom Sapphire had managed in WWF. But he also under the name as the Midnight Rider. So I guess for their podcast, one guy was named the Midnight Rider, and this other guy was Sweet Sapphire. This is in popular culture, I guess, for XM radio.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she not just WWF. She also worked with the USWA.
Yeah.
And she challenged Miss Texas for the women's championship there too as well. That was back. She worked for them in '93 and '96. So yeah, it was pretty good little run there. But I'm more impressed with her being the referee though. That part for so many years before.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, before even.
I guess we as analysts need to start doing more homework and like go through dude. Yes, seriously, we need to get on our shit now because some we are not historians. I would love to have I would love to have someone who is a wrestling historian on here.
Yeah,
that'd be great because we could probably learn so much stuff that probably went up over our heads many times as we just glance through the internet and see what people can put. Like you said, wiki can be edited by anyone anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna make a Chio Frost Wikipedia.
I no, honestly, dude, I was thinking about doing that.
On the show?
Yeah, Jim Cornette can tell us all about Chio Frost. We can go off Chio's Wikipedia made by Joey Image.
I googled Chio Frost Wikipedia, and the first thing that came up said.
Let me tell you anything about these three guys.
The thing that popped up said Chico Fruit, so that should be your new ring name.
There's a Chio's I think chips or something like that out there.
Well, I don't know.
Something.
But the thing that came up said, when at the top and it thinks you misspelled, it says, "Did you mean this?" It says, "Did you mean Chico Fruit?" So that's your new nickname, Chico Fruit.
I've been called Chico, Chino, like Chia Pet as well. So
Chia Pet, Chio Pet.
Yeah, Chio Pet.
Wow.
Yeah. So, if anybody wants to know more about me, I try to keep my own personal website updated with a whole list of stuff. So instead of trying to find me on Wiki, go to Chio247.com. So there you go, Joe.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yes, it is. Chio247.com. And I definitely do have to update it with as far as employment goes. Because I also add not just wrestling employment, I add the employment of who I do sound with, because that's companies I'm working with.
Yeah.
It's wrestling companies. So I got to update my employment history, which I currently have over 70 companies, like 75, some shit like that companies. I can't even tell you offhand right now. Fuck. But this was an eye-opening show.
Yes.
Taught us how much we don't know. Like I said, how much we don't know.
Yeah.
So we need to definitely step our game up.
Yeah, as far as our research
with
goes.
knowledge. Well, I'm not gonna hate on us for a certain reason, only because
well, we were going back
just
old
because of
school
the fact that
names that a lot of people haven't heard of. So that was kind of the idea.
Well,
bring some of these
we're
names
so
to light
busy
today.
We're so busy in our lives that there are people out there who I don't want to say have no life, but ones who don't have the responsibilities of bills, family, jobs, and all they do, they sit in their basement or in their room or whatever it is, and they just like wrestling galore, and they're watching every fucking thing out there, knowing who's who, and those are those encyclopedia guys. But yeah, I'm actually looking at my page right now. I have up to currently listed 85 companies I worked with. I probably still have to add more. I probably still have to add more to this. But shit, that's good. For me, that is. But yeah, gentlemen, thank you for jumping in. I knew this was going to be a short show.
Oh my god, dude! As soon as I go on this page, the first thing that pops up is that video that says March 20th, 2016.
What my page?
Yeah. Mr. Ping, Dennis Reaper, and Mark Hart versus Andy Harner, Aaron Arbo, and Andy Header.
What are you looking at?
As soon as I go to Chio247.com, the first thing that pops up in between the picture of you and the Team Frost photo, there's a video.
Oh, it's a video. Oh, okay, yeah. It's a match video. Yeah,
yeah, that's kind of old.
Like I said, I didn't even update that video yet either.
Almost 6 years old.
Maybe what I should do is, instead of that video there, add a Twitch link.
Live video of our
Yeah. Put it there as well. And
I haven't heard the name Andy Harner in a long time, or Andy Harbo.
And then my next event stays blank.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, thank you for jumping in on here. Like I said, this will probably be one of our lesser viewed videos, I can imagine, because not too many people out there, I believe, are fans of women wrestling, especially when we talk historically past.
Yeah, women. A lot of people want to hear about stuff that's going on today and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you got to take a step back from today's events to go back to the stuff that paved the way for today's stuff to happen in the first place.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Most definitely.
And I'm not wearing any pants, so.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Actually, I'm wearing typical wrestler gear. I'm wearing freaking Zubaz today.
Oh, dude, I got to get myself some Zubaz. I have the Zubaz website linked to my BodySlams site page. And I have the link there. You can go there and get straight from Zubaz themselves.
My wife bought me these a couple years ago in New York Mets colors, orange and blue. So,
yeah, and I'm just rocking my regular sweats and my Skid Row Academy T-shirt that I got last night. Finally,
you're in a different studio this week. I noticed.
Yes, it looks more.
It almost looks like you're in nighttime in the future.
Yes, I am. If you want, I can change it. I can put it like a daylight.
Oh. I thought you were really there.
Sneak into the WWE's venue and sit in the ring and do the show.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for this Breakfast and BodySlams edition. Next week, I'm not sure what our topic will be.
It's
what is next?
Going to be our results from.
Elimination Chamber, right? Is that Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday during the day. It's 12 noon our time.
Okay, so then I guess that's it. Elimination Chamber review show.
Yeah.
I don't have, like I said, I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I
hey, while we're on the subject of review shows, can I mention our guest on March 31st? Not a review, but a preview.
It's already listed.
Yeah, I know that, but you have to promote it on mention it on every single episode.
I know.
It don't matter if it's listed. Former WWE referee of 23 plus years, my close personal friend, that is mean Gino Gordon used to always say. Was it him that said that? Gino said that? Somebody used to always say, my close personal friend. Mr. Jimmy Corderas, referee Jim Corderas. I love that guy. I've known that guy for years now. He will be with us on March 31st for a very special WrestleMania preview show, and he will be doing a little bit of Q&A. If we have any questions from listeners or whatever, send in your stuff to Chio247 at I am the greatest wrestler in the world, and especially Pennsylvania.com or Pennsylvania's favorite son.com.
Our chat room. Well, that show will be hosted on our Thursday night.
Yeah,
that's gonna be our Thursday night show. The
chat room. The Sunday show prior to that is March 27th. That is my birthday, fellas.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks for yeah.
Oh, we got 2 birthdays. Wait, we have 2 shows that land right on our birthday. Because June 2nd, the Thursday show is my birthday. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
And yours is what again?
March 27th, he said.
March 20th. Is that Is that a Sunday or is
yes,
that?
it is.
Oh, great. We got a Mikey show. So wait, what are we doing? Wait, is that?
We're sleeping through the whole show, and let's let him talk.
Yeah. March. That's
well, I'm supposed to be
okay.
the better Bernard here.
So
hey, we should do a Mike, you're married, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
What?
So
what
we should do a win a date with Mike contest.
Well, it's not till March 27th, so we can figure out a topic unless Mikey has a topic that he wants to touch upon for that show, since it will be his birthday, so it could be his birthday show.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you know what we should do? We should do Mikey's birthday show, and Pat is banned from appearing.
He's banned from being in our chat room.
Yeah, he's banned from the chat.
Eat a cheesesteak, you guys jealous?
I'm about to get some cupcakes for the morning times. I have a cupcake, and at least everybody go out and get a cupcake the night before, and then the next morning and then we just light it with a little candle, or just put a match, whatever. I'm
gonna have to find a birthday hat for that show, the one that I can wear my headphones over.
I'm gonna get a birthday party background.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a pretty funny idea.
It'd be like, it's gonna be a wrestling theme background type. You know how they have them out there.
Like a picture of like wrestlers smashing food in each other.
No. You know how sometimes they sell them at the stores, like for kids' birthday party, they have the wrestling theme background. Well, that's what we need, a wrestling theme back.
Party City.
Yeah, something like that. So, all right, gentlemen. Thanks once again. Everyone out there, if you like what you heard, you want to replay it, hey, that's great. Go to the BodySlams podcast .com, and you can see a bunch of our previous shows on there. You can like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. And of course, when you're watching us live, we are streaming exclusively on there you go. Happy birthday. We can stream exclusively on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, which then we will add our YouTube link over to Facebook. So that way you can click over and help us build our YouTube and Twitter following. With that being said, I'm Chio. That's Joseph in the bottom waving. There's Mikey, the Joker. Your Highness, sir. Duke Joseph down there, and I guess I'm just a jester.
That's cool.
I'm making an ass of myself. I'm the class clown. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, and hopefully we see you next time, which is Thursday night, coming up on the 17th. Dennis Reaper most likely has a surprise guest, because we have not been informed yet of who his guest will be.
So tune in, everyone.
Yes, must tune in. Tune in to find out who his guest will be on the 17th. And next week will be our Breakfast and BodySlams elimination chamber review. And with that being said, I can't say Dennis because he's not here, he's in the U-Haul truck somewhere, but for Mikey, Joey, I'm Chio, and this is the BodySlams podcast, and we are out, people. Peace.
This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. mercy, begging for mercy.